Hello ladies, welcome back to It's Time for Tea. My name is Princess Nay, and this is my femininity journey that I decided to share with you. Before I begin, I would like to talk about my business that you can find in the description bar at 𝒉𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒆𝒔𝒔, where I have provided feminine products for feminine women across the world. And right now we are having 20% off. Now ladies, let's begin. Before I actually get into the topic of today, I would like to say that this is from my own personal opinion. Therefore, I have noticed that there are a lot of women, mainly black women across the world, who do not feel comfortable being feminine and rather be more masculine and low value. I completely understand that there are black women across the world overall who have struggles and issues and problems from their past. And one of the main things I should seek out if I had those type of issues is counseling, someone to talk to, in prayer. Things do take time and practice, and that is okay, ladies. There are also a lot of women who have literally lost themselves when it comes to a man, being too invested into a man and not invested into a man who just loves you a little more and doesn't mind giving you the fairy tale. They also come from backgrounds where they had to grow up too quick, raised by toxic parents, let alone their mother, who was extremely masculine, grew up with insecurities due to their complexion, didn't have anyone there to tell them how beautiful their complexion was or how beautiful their features were, how beautiful their hair was. They didn't have anyone in their circle to tell them how they are good enough. They see the stereotypes and they see how they label black women as ghetto, angry, loud, uneducated, and unwed. Even when a lot of us grow up and become doctors and lawyers, they look at these stereotypes, and that is just not us. It's a bit draining, and it is sad when women rather just be that anyway, due to how people view them. I've always held my head high because I knew black women were not those type of stereotypes as a whole. Then we have an entire feminist movement that has been pushed into the black community. The narrative for black women is not to be soft, feminine, not to become wives, spoiled, and courted by men. We have more women today who are comfortable being the masculine one in a relationship with a man, who is comfortable only seeking out men who they can belittle and men who they find to be more feminine so they can take care of them. There are some men who do like to be taken care of due to what is being pushed today. Because they are tired of trying to seek out women who just rather play their role. Black women deserve to be spoiled, eating at the best restaurants, being treated like a princess, dating men of means who are not only high value but rich in spirit and rich in their pockets. They should be treated with be flown on trips, getting married, having children, living the fairy tale lifestyle that they deserve. And let's be honest here, ladies. It's more prone for darker skinned black women to be envied of other women of all races and around the world when they are spoiled and living in luxury lifestyles. People like to hate on dark-skinned black women who do have high self-esteem and are loved correctly and living peaceful lifestyles, mainly if it's given to them or surrounded by them with black men. And unfortunately, that is the sad truth, mainly when it comes to women that are a part of higher circles and they are welcomed by their company and they're loved by those that are around them. Furthermore, there are a lot of femininity that is lacking in the black community by women before them who clearly picked the wrong man. And they bash to their children how bad of a man is. And then the young girl will grow up and say how all men cheat, all they are is liars, and etc. I see women male bashing daily. And I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but male bashing is not the habits of a high value woman. I also see women bragging about taking men on dates and trips, and they wonder why high value men overlook them. Yeah, they rant all day about how there is not no good men, but how do you expect to attract one if you're manifesting that all men are bad? In addition, fortunately for me, I was taught at a very young age how to be a lady in addition to becoming a debutante. teaching little black girls to be soft and feminine, how to sit and talk like a lady isn't a common thing today. More women are pushing off they should be strong, independent black women, to not depend on men for anything. And I find that logic to be so sad because it's taken away from the mindset of little girls actually growing up and becoming wives or becoming mothers. There's plenty of women who was holding off becoming mothers due to how men had treated other women. And you cannot base someone's situation off as yours if you have not experienced it yet. It's taken away from all the little girls being loved by men and being spoiled. And women that are in their late 50s, that when they finally realize that this is what they want, it becomes a little harder for them to date. Because they have spent their 20s and 30s and 40s just bashing men and picking the wrong men. In addition to that, I don't want any feminine woman to feel like there's no hope. Mainly when there's this narrative that we have to all be strong. And if you notice, they only want black women to be strong. Why are the words soft or feminine never mentioned with black women, but we are mentioned as the go-getters and the entrepreneurs? But we're never mentioned when it comes to being loved unless it's by a white man. And I have to be honest there. That is very true. There are plenty of black women who are married to black men of means, but it isn't glamorized. And black men are based off of what you see in the media, and that is incorrect. Whatever choice of man you do choose, I want all black women to be happy. It's too many women who believe they are not good enough or only good enough for 10-year relationships where you become roommates or just becoming baby mamas. You don't allow no man to place you in a position that you had no intended on to. You have to set the tone for how a man is going to treat you. In addition, when you do want more out of life, you are labeled as bougie and high sedity. And it is okay to want more out of life and not want the norm. Overall, I want black women of all complexions, and no matter if you're from the U.S. or outside the country, to know it is okay to have etiquette. It is okay to go to better restaurants, sis. It's okay to want to become a wife and be vocal about it. And it's okay if you want to become your own boss and have a family and cook. It's okay to want to date rich men of means versus low value men who don't know where they're going to be at in 5-10 years. It's okay to want to be friends with more feminine women versus masculine women. It's okay to want to dress up while attending events. It's okay to want to be rich and live luxurious lifestyles. It's okay to be dark-skinned and have high self-esteem and walk with your head held high. And it's okay to want to have good credit, to achieve getting better houses, better cars. It's okay to be soft, and it's okay not to be loud and ratchet and actually have class. Being a feminine woman is a state of mind. And I want my black women to understand being feminine doesn't mean you have to be a pick-me, because I do not recommend that. But women of high standards who enjoy finding things in life, it's okay to want all of that. All black women are beautiful, and beautiful women should be treated like goddesses. We deserve the world versus stressful relationships that do not mean us any good, bring us no joy, and do not bring us pure happiness. But until next time, ladies, I want you to stay classy and beautiful. Mwah.